the world of...
Keegan, it's been a really exciting 12 months for you in the world of darts, hasn't it? Just tell us a little bit about what you've achieved so far.
Wow, yeah, the last 12 months, obviously within the PDC, has absolutely been incredible for me. You know, crowned World Youth Champion at the O2 back in last May, quarter-finalist at the Grand Slam in November, second round at the World Championship, and now here at Blackpool.
Do you sometimes pinch yourself at the success that you're having at such a young age?
I practice a hell of a lot. I practice a good 3 or 4 hours a day. So, you know, the way I look at darts is if the other opponent wins, he's nicking your money. You know, that's the easiest way to say it, you know, about your opponent. As much as, you know, we're best friends on and off the hockey, as soon as we get on the hockey, that's it. It's game face now.
How easy was the transition for you, transferring onto the main stage with a crowd of hundreds of people?
The first couple of years of actually playing on the PDC Pro Tour, you're there thinking, you know, you're there watching people like Phil Taylor, Michael Van Gogh and Gary Anderson. All of a sudden you reach a limit where you think, no, actually, these are your opponents now. You have to, you know, did what you did a couple of years ago against pub players, you have to do it now against the professionals.
What I find amazing is that you're so at home on that stage and you look so relaxed, and this isn't even your full-time job, is it?
No, I'm a lab assistant at St Mary's Hospital on the Isle of Wight in the blood sciences lab. So yeah, that's my 37.5-hour week job, and then I come to darts at the weekend.
Now, your round 2 opponent is a step up. It's Dave Chisnall, and you're friends with him, you know him, don't you? Yeah. He's a tough opponent, isn't he?
Dave's brilliant. He's such a consistent scorer. He's very, very high checkout opponent, so I need to have my A game, and if not, I'll be back to my job Friday. You know, darts is one of them things where you're not going to have overnight success just like that. You know, it's a marathon rather than a sprint, so I'm fine taking my time at the moment.
Hello and a very warm welcome. You've joined us live on Sky Sports from the incredible Winter Gardens, Blackpool. Hello and a very warm welcome to the event Victor World Matchplay, all brought to you by the Professional Darts Corporation. Second round action. Let's meet the players then. Ladies and gentlemen, time to meet the young guns. Firstly, would you please welcome the PDC Unicorn World Youth Champion. It's...
Involved in Twitter, use the hashtag #LoveTheDarts. Get involved in the debate, pick your winners. Eric Bristow, I've got a good feeling about this one.
It's going to be a good game. I think Keegan Brown's going to run him close. You know, a lot of people are saying Chisnall's going to win easy. I think Keegan Brown's a good lad. He stick in there. He plays leg for leg like you should do. But I think Chizzy will just outscore him. He'll hit about 10-180s like he normally does. He's a prolific scorer.
The crowd doesn't seem to faze Keegan Brown. I mean, he won the World Youth title in front of 10,000 at the O2, so...
Oh, he's totally at home playing on the stage, but I don't think he's going to feel so comfortable playing Chizzy. He hasn't beat him before in 6 tries, so... and Chizzy, first round, very tough match, came through it on top. He's got to feel like $1 million, really. He's going to feel great tonight, and I think it's going to be very hard to stop.
Dave Chisnall, Keegan Brown for a place in the quarterfinals. Let's join our commentators, Wayne Mardle and Rod Studd.
Things are about to get serious for these two with a place in the last 8 at stake. Only last November they met in the last 8 at the Grand Slam of Darts. Keegan Brown was well on the way to beating Chisnall. He led 8-2. He eventually lost 16-14 in a blockbuster at the Wolverhampton Civic Hall. What have they got in store for us tonight at the World Matchplay, the Winter Gardens in Blackpool? Hello, Wayne Mardle.
Hi. Yeah, that was only one win
99
that you mentioned there, Rod. Chisnall over Brown. They've played each other 6 times. It's 6-0 Chizzy. But in Keegan Brown's defence, he's a better player now than last November. Looked at his hands there, maybe just a little bit nervous or a little bit sweaty.
118.
just look at the colour, man.
140.
It's like two blokes who've turned up at a fancy dress party dressed as highlighter pens. Where's MBG when you need him for the green?
140.
Would have been the full pack. He's not happy at the moment. That is a cracking dart.
100. David, you
can see them, though, thrown quicker, looking for something already. Eric Bristow said that Dave Chisnall would outscore Keegan Brown. By the amount of 180s he hits, he more or less outscores everyone nowadays.
60. David, you require 16.
Double eight. Well, maybe missed the maximum, but too often he's missed the double over the years, hasn't he? So 31% in the first game. That marathon extra time game against Jamie Caven. And that's the key. Can Dave Chisnall brush up on his doubling? If he does, he'll probably win.
Well, that was a real poor start for Keegan.
98.
Through first and was left on 136. We go on about starts being important. Of course they are, but
51.
It's not about winning the first leg or so. It's about feeling comfortable, feeling confident. That'll make him feel better.
140.
Thrown with more venom.
$137.
Chizzy been to the quarter-final the last 2 years. Can he do it again? Or can he go even better? The winner of this match will play the winner of Phil Taylor or Andy Hamilton.
40. Keegan, you require 164.
Well, Chisnall enjoyed a break of throw. Is Brown going to take it straight back off him?
136. Dave, you require 136.
Another. Yes, Dave. Double eight. That's the way to do it.
Dave Chisnall. But he's keeping the third pass.
Sniff of a break of throw. Snuffed out by Chisnall.
Keegan Brown was left on 136 in the first leg. Chizzy took out 136 in the second. He's only started 41. The players do play mini sessions of 5 legs before a break. There is Gary Price. He's in the quarterfinals after beating Adrian Lewis last night. What a performance! And what a visit! That's better, isn't it, Keegan?
$57.
Yeah, one of the magical match play moments. That match against Adrian Lewis last night, who, by the way, was superb on and off the hockey. Price plays right tomorrow. Come on down to the Winter Gardens. Price be right. Brown here has got it right in this leg with a couple of maximums.
100.
Back to back. Won't go tops. Looking for 48. Still looking for a 48.
52.
This is more like it. This is how you want to play. When you're 2-0 down,
96.
Can't let the game get away from you in the first session. Double 16.
Game shot on the third leg. Keegan Brown.
That was Keegan Brown's first shot at a double in the match at the back end of the third leg, and he's hit it.
When you've got the darts and it 2 180s in that leg, you should get a couple. Mind you, when you play Chizzy, you never know, do you? What a scorer. Along with Michael Van Gerwen, Gary Anderson. They just pummeled that 60. Phil Taylor was giving it a right old bashing in the first round. Don't know about the doubles, mind, but 60 was taking a tonkin.
100. 140.
Well, Keegan Brown, the current young player of the year, but a real maturity, Wayne, I think you'll agree, at the age of just 22. He's married and settled down. He talks very maturely about the game
91.
and very thoughtfully about how his career is going to pan out.
Yeah, he said he's just going to take his time, and it doesn't happen, well, have to happen overnight, and it's quite refreshing. Really is.
170.
Fantastic young man.
Yeah, new breed of darts
100.
player. Guaranteed
Keegan
hits, pick another
Newell,
£10,000 up before he goes back to work, at least. Oh, I say. Oh, yes. Ball, 25 ball!
81.
Just
Keegan
moving
Newell,
across the hockey
70.
made that even more difficult than it was. He's hitting a bullseye. He's not simple. Treble 18. Loves double 8 apparently in this game.
54.
Missed it. The only two legs he's won have been on that double. Not this time.
Double 16, the target.
28.
Off target. Chisnall escapes.
Double 8. 3-1. Keegan will be kicking himself. You get given not that many chances when you play Dave Chisnall. And he didn't convert there, did he?
96.
Now, one of those legs where both players had darts at double. Chisnall first, 2 at double 8. Brown then 2 at double 16.
100.
Chisnall will have deleted the 2 double 8 misses from his darting hard drive, but
99.
Chisnall can relax. Brown, though, might still be wondering, could have been 2-2.
Yeah, it really is. You can miss 6-9 at a double. As long as you get it in the end, you kind of think, right, now I'm done. Looking to leave a shot. If he'd have gone for a 60 and missed
59.
it, the second and third darts would have been irrelevant. Could not have left a finish. But he's now struggling here, Keegan Brown.
60.
Got away with it.
Looking for a third maximum, and Chisnall still a blank in that column. Keegan Brown, 3 180s. Yeah,
delightful.
59.
Like the strut.
67.
The strutter. Double 16 to go in at the break, 1 behind.
35.
Well, that's 2 attempts at double 16 that have been way over the northwest area of that target.
Yeah, and he looks concerned about it. It's okay doing it once, but twice you'll end up, you want to recalibrate.
130.
Well, that's unfortunate. Just want a 25, but end up hitting the ball. That is 3-2 to Keegan Brown as he gesticulates. What's that all about? Keegan. Only 1 leg down. Dave Chisnall leads by 3 legs to 2. A place in the quarterfinals is up for grabs. Welcome back to the Winter Gardens here in Blackpool. Quarter-final place is up for grabs. Chisnall 3-2 up on Brown. Wade and Dolan next. Former winner James Wade. Phil Taylor, just the 15-time champion here, takes on Andy Hamilton. And last on, Gary Anderson, the world champ, takes on Mensur Suljovic. Right now, Chizzy is 3-2 up. decent. Keegan Brown was at 3 180s to 0 from Chizzy, which is that he's missed the maximum, isn't he, Rob?
Not tonight. 13 in his first game, and in the game we mentioned earlier on, the Grand Slam of Darts quarter-final, Chisnall had 11 maximums in that game, as well as a 170 out.
140.
Not a cent of a 180 from one of the PDC's biggest of big hitters. Topped the 180 list in the Premier League as well, didn't he? And the Premier League, Dave. Oh, 3 darts at double to beat Gary Anderson in the semi-final, a match that he'd bossed from the get-go.
But then Gary Anderson mustered up 116 finish. Yeah, Chizzy was kind of the star of the Premier League, wasn't he? He was within 68 points in the very last leg of the league phase, and he could have topped it. 4th 180 now for Keegan.
Amazing.
59.
Forced.
Keegan, you require 88.
The floundering visit from Chisnall. The ball.
63.
Against Robert Thornton, he hardly missed that bullseye, winning the last 2 legs on it. Now this is a chance. 57, 19, 32. There's the 57. There's the 19. 16.
92. Keegan, you require 25.
9 for double 8 then. Double 4. Lost his score as well as missing the double.
16.
Even if he gets another chance, he'll only have 2 at double. He won't get another chance, will he? Will he, Dave? Already becoming a tale of missed doubles. Goodness me, double 4. Crikey, double 2. Well,
14.
Well, those 3 darts missed by an enormous combined margin.
That is more like it.
Keegan
I feel better after that, let me tell you.
7 like it's Keegan to throw first.
Well, effectively, it's kind of the score it should be, because he missed 3 at a double in the 5th leg, sorry. So, it's about right.
It is about right. That's about right. Finger-pointing darts. His 5th max at the start of the 7th. But I tell you what, Wayne Mardle, those darts missed at double by Chisnall in his last visit there, I mean, they were, each of them was the thick end of an inch away.
Yeah, the double 8, the double 8 will not concern him, because that was the line. But it was the line and weight for the others. They were poor, and the way he went above double 2, that was thrown with no confidence
85.
whatsoever. And Dave, to me, is not quite releasing them right. They seem to be going in a bit too flat with less
85.
less oomph than they do normally. I just think that the arm might be a bit tight, and what happens, well, you could see there, that was a bit of a snatch, and it doesn't look that
94.
that comfortable.
Keegan require 102.
Well, Dave Chisnall has always had an action that's more effective than aesthetically
96.
pleasing.
During the Premier League, that we've already mentioned, the jerk just kind of wasn't there. It's not that bad at the moment,
56.
I've got to say, but
Keegan, you require 6.
he's got to do
Game shot
is throw with authority, throw with confidence, like Keegan is doing right now.
Game on.
He's won the last 3 legs. He has got a swagger, hasn't he?
He has.
I like that.
Don't we all, Wayne? Don't we all?
140.
Yeah, the Keegan Brown strut.
58.
This is an awkward patch in the match, though, for Dave Chisnall, isn't it? He left the stage 3-2 up and has had a real sticky spell in the opening 2.5
140.
legs after the resumption. I think it's very important, Wayne, that he hits his next double, or certainly
84.
wins the next leg, wins his next attempt at double, because any more of that and he'll start to get the nagging pains of doubt.
Yeah, I agree. You just don't want any more drama, do you? You just want to get it done.
91.
And if you do get 3, you want to get it on the first or second. You don't need that heart-racing feeling.
140.
And he's got a real good opportunity now to just set it up or take it out. But if he sets it up, which he will, he won't go for it.
90.
Now, first or second dart at tops.
Note too that he changes from double 16 to double top.
I think he's always preferred tops 10s to 32, because Dave's darts just slightly kick over to the right. Perfect.
Double 10 to end the panic,
20.
or to continue the panic.
Keegan, you require 79.
Bullseye. Never understand going that way on 79. Surely treble 19 to leave double 11 and then get a guaranteed shot at the outer ring rather than Bullwane.
That is utter lunacy. He may get away with it.
50.
He has got away with it.
You require 36.
1 for 32.
What?
Game shot on the A flag. Keegan Brown.
Right,
Keegan to throw first.
Sorry about that, but the graphic was wrong. It was 36 points left. It was game shot, and it was a break of throw. Keegan is now in again. Well, just to explain the 79 finish to you, Keegan Brown was going for treble 13 for double top, and because he missed the treble 13 and hit a 13, left 66, then you've got to go 16 ball, really. But if you go for a 57, a treble 19,
100.
you then go double 11. If you miss it, 20 tops. It's the easiest way. You've got to make this game easy.
140. $100.
Anyway, at the end of all that,
140.
Brown leads by 3, having been 3-1 behind.
$137. Dave, you require 81.
On the last 4 legs. Double 16 now.
49.
Chizzy isn't thrown right. Of that, I'm 100% sure. The release is not correct.
Game shot on the night.
That is, he's on a roll. Keegan Brown has the momentum. Of that, there is no doubt.
If indeed there is such a thing, Wayne.
100.
Can tell you he's won 6 out of the last 7 legs, though. That is a fact. And it's also
45.
a fact that Dave Chisnall has missed, I think, 14
96.
on the trot at double.
It will be the scores that are concerning him
100.
as well, because he's not fluent like he normally is. Now, these will be thrown quick and just followed.
99.
Everything seems hard work about Dave's game at the moment, which is so unusual. This is a real
58.
important leg for Dave. To go in at 6-4 would not be a disaster. 7-3 would be. Against a rampant Keegan
59.
Brown. I think Keegan knows that this is a real... This is the time he can kind of put his foot down and go away from Dave.
Dave Rupar, 147. $59.
Well, this could be a session whitewash here for Brown. Dave Chisnall is like a punch-drunk boxer on the Winter Garden stage, and he'll be very relieved to hear the bell for the end of the 10th leg. Bull! Well, if he can't hit anything else down the outside of the board, James, the bull will do just as well, and Chisnall gets a break on the bull in the last leg of that session. He staggers off stage, still behind, but he might feel a little better about himself. 6-4 to Keegan Brown over Chisnall. Welcome back to beautiful Blackpool, and some brilliant bull hitting from Dave Chisnall in the last leg of that session. It's kept him in contention. He's 6-4 down. There's the score, race to 13, and more Ace Arrows action to follow. James Wade, former winner here, plays Brendan Dolan. Then the big man, Phil Taylor, is in town to take on Andrew Hamilton. And the world champ, Gary Anderson, against Monsieur Sulevic.
Very good. There we are. It's a place to play darts. This is... What an atmosphere.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Dave wasn't exactly reveling in it because he was struggling in that mini session of 5 legs. 4-0 down, but won the last one on the ball. He's not playing anywhere near his best.
51.
You just get the feeling that he needs something to happen, otherwise could be Keegan's night again.
Come on, Dave!
Oh, 120.
Not your night, old son, so far. But still time to come back. We 96. Saw Ian White come back against Simon Whitlock. 9-6 down he was, wasn't he? Ran off 7 straight legs to romp into the quarterfinals for the first time.
140.
So 6-4 behind is not a catastrophic situation.
140.
Keegan, now ranked 39th in the world, looking to break into that top 32. And then the 16, then the 8. He could go all the way, 60. You never know. Certainly as the game. He seems to have the mind for it as well. Chizzy, the 8.
100.
Big seed in the world. He could climb higher than that as well. Been beaten in 3 major finals. The BDO World Final back in 2010 by Martin Adams. Obviously the Grand Prix and Grand Slam final, both to Phil Taylor.
Bullseye. Hi! Chisnall hit the ball before the break, straight after it. Keegan Brown has slapped one in the red bit. 7-4.
Yeah, against
56.
Robert Thornton, he was hitting that with consummate ease. He likes the bullseye.
131.
Well, little doubt in my mind that Keegan Brown now the favourite to win this darts match and progress into the quarterfinals of the World Match Play on his debut, and little doubt in bookmakers' minds either. Keegan Brown 5-2 on to prevail now. Dave Chisnall 7-4 against. He started at 130 on. Chisnall.
I know. Gotta be. Surely, Dave!
His first maximum arrives in the 12th leg. And I'd have been prepared to offer very long odds against that. Over 11 legs without a max.
But he still doesn't look comfortable, 99. Does he? He doesn't look excited. No. He's a bit flat.
But it is an action that can break down, isn't it? Chisnall's throw.
I understand the action can, but he is not as as full of it as we normally expect, as we normally see. This a help. That'll help, Dave. That's it, man.
Well, it may be a case of darting chicken and egg, isn't it? Which came first, the breakdown of the action or the bad state of mind?
140.
It's all right, Wayne. You've got at least another 6 legs to ponder on that.
100.
Bit of darting philosophy there for you. 7-5. The facts of the matter. Keegan Brown, 22 years of age, from the Isle of Wight. And
45.
we mentioned him losing to Dave Chisnall at the Grand Slam. He lost to Chizzy in the group stage as well, but let's not forget, in the group, he demolished Adrian Lewis, and then in the real McCoy, he whipped Raymond van Barneveld, didn't he, in the last 16?
98.
Over the longer format of best of 31, when he lost to Chizzy, that would have been the first time ever over that kind of distance.
134.
And he played absolutely superbly.
$57.
And Keegan said, didn't he, in his pre-match interview, play for 3 or 4 hours a day, and he has
100.
an action that you feel that will just carry on. We know Chizzy can hack it. We know that. But he's just not happy. He's not 100%. His darts seem to be going in slightly flat.
Keegan, you require 82.
His fingers are not releasing like normally. 17 for tops.
That
is 8-5. Must be concerned. Maybe not as concerned with the scoreline because there's time to pull it back, but the way he's playing, Chizzy, that has to be a concern to him.
60.
Yes, I agree. And if he was playing near the peak of his powers, you wouldn't be too worried
100.
that even Keegan Brown's playing well. He'll say, I fancy reeling him in from here, but if you're not playing well, suddenly you're relying on the other bloke dropping off, aren't you?
Yeah, there's more than kind of one equation, isn't there? You have to do something a bit special and rely on the other guy.
92.
Keegan Brown doubling out at 47% in this match. In the previous match, 53%. Chisnall hits the second maximum.
$99.
Chizzy, 7th seed for this, but now ranked 8th in the world. Things have changed since the draw was done. Barney, who was seeded 15 for this, has been beaten by Andy Hamilton. He's now ranked number 18 in the world. Better start turning up to tournaments and winning prize money. Takes his time. Double 16.
20. Keegan, you require 110.
We had a run in the early stages when he missed 13 consecutive darts at double. 53 left. 13 or 17 for double 18.
74.
A wire wobbling moment.
32.
Chisnall has spent most of the match wobbling. Can he get a grip, man?
Dave used to really take his time in the early days of the PDC, and he's kind of got out of that, but I keep mentioning it, he's not confident. He's not throwing with authority. Make it happen, Dave!
24. Keegan, you require 36.
It's a missed double of thumb. Come on, Dave. Just climb down. Come on.
Double 4. Yes, straight in. The geometric epicentre of the double bed. And at long last, Chisnall finds the mark, and these two adrift again at 6-8.
Chizzy trying to G the crowd up. He's trying to make something happen. Trying to make something happen. As a dart player, when you're messing around leg after leg on doubles, when you eventually hit one, you sometimes don't feel any better about yourself at all, because it's just drama after drama. He needs a couple of legs, just popping those doubles away and making life easy for himself. He's got to throw quicker, get into a better rhythm.
100.
Well, Dave Chisnall hit double four, as we saw at the end of that leg. His trials and tribulations
60.
in the southwest of the board on double 8 and double 16 have been absolutely horrific. 15 attempts at either of those doubles, he's only hit 4. That's what's caused him all the problems.
Can't hit a double, and yet you can put 3 on a pinhead. Yeah, Dave starts just slightly lean over to the right, so effectively he's blocking the beds over there.
Dave require 87.
Now this would be better, a 180 to leave 87. If you pop it, you're 1 leg behind. The world's not such a bad place, Dave. Loves double 18.
Yes, Dave. That could be a big moment in this last 16 tungsten tussle at the Winter Gardens. Keegan Brown at one point had a 3-leg lead in this match at 6-3 and at 8-5. It's now just 8-7 and the match is back on a razor's edge.
Keegan Brown leads 8-7 over Dave Chisnall. Little mini fight back by Chizzy. James Wade v Brendan Dolan on next. Former winner, of course, Wadey. Phil Taylor, 15-time champ of the match play, takes on Andy Hamilton. Gary Anderson plays Mensur Sulovic, the world champ, the Premier League champ. Can he win the Triple Crown? This has been a real tight contest.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. 16th
Keegan, a real run of legs.
On.
But Dave has stopped the rot. We're now on throw. 3 180s for Chizzy, 5 for Keegan.
100. $40.
Dave's doubling. He's been dire. Got to improve on that, especially the left-hand side
100.
of the board. If you're unhappy on any segment in a championship, you normally get found out, because
100.
you normally end up leaving it in a real important leg. And what happens? You've got no confidence and you miss it.
140.
Good leg from Chizzy.
A match-levelling leg, perhaps, for the man in luminous yellow, but not playing like a lemon now, Wade.
No.
Things maybe about to get fruity. An 8 apiece in a race to 13 as Chisnall eyes up double 16. This is where he's had all manner. He's had all manner.
16.
Well, 4 out of 15 at that target becomes 4 out of 18.
Well, Dave's been behind for quite a while since 3-all. We went 4-3 down. Been behind ever since. Well, as you can see there, that is gone right across it. That's what I mean by laying across. That's so awkward.
Yes.
That is a cracking dart, that really is. And the reaction says it all.
17th leg, it's Keegan to throw first. Team on.
Is there a point, Wayne? People have asked me this before. Is there a point where it becomes so awkward with your first dart you would consider splitting and moving away from that target by wasting a dart to go to another double?
No, what you do, you throw aggressively to the inside of that double. So effectively, you're aiming for the inside wire. And then you would do the same, that would be on double 16, you do the same on double 8 to leave double 4. You're going for it, but when you miss it, you're guaranteed to go inside. Effectively, a bit like a golf shot off the tee, you make sure you keep to a certain side.
Chisnall's 4th maximum, he had none in the first 11 legs, now in the 17th he's had 4.
.41.
Just lacking a rhythm. His name has been bandied around as a possible champion, a possible winner of this. That's how good he is. He's going to have to improve right
57.
now.
43.
We've already seen some real turnarounds in this match. 3-1 early to Chisnall, becoming 8-5 then to Brown. Now 3 straight legs for Chisnall. 8 apiece.
78.
They're both struggling right now. If any of them can just
92.
grab the game by the scruff of the neck and win the next maybe 2 legs, I think it's going to be hard work for any of them to pull it back, because the rhythm's gone from both games. There's no fluency in it. This is a time when playing darts, all that practice,
60.
knowing your throw.
Which double will Dave Chisnall pick? Double top or double 16? I, for one, am staggered. Hit it. I'll stagger up then, Wayne. 5 out of 21 on double 16 and double 8 before that dart hit the target.
But with Dave's darts laying the way they lay, the 16,
99.
double 16 is fine if you're aggressive. Has to be more aggressive on it, and on that occasion he was. But maybe it was that, I'm going to get it, I'm going to master this. We've seen Phil Taylor do it many a time when he's struggling on 8s and 16s. He just stays there.
Just remember, when there is no commentator's curse,
100.
you can't hear us, he's on the stage. We're right behind glass up at the top of the balcony. Can't hear a word I'm saying.
You are loud though, man.
In he goes again! Half a dozen maximums in the 18th leg.
78.
6 out of 7. 6 maximums in the last 7 legs. Double 16, he loves double 16. Oh, I can't miss.
This game sometimes does not make sense. All of a sudden he feels comfortable on it. All of a sudden the world's a better place. Keegan Brown is struggling. Chizzy, the last 4 visits, has looked like a different man. 180s, doubles, you name it, he's hitting it. 10-8, Chizzy.
$123.
Well, it's an incredible fight back for a man who was on the ropes.
60.
As we mentioned twice, he was 3 legs adrift at 6-3 behind and 8-5 behind. Now he leads by 2 and needs just 3 more. to progress to the last 8.
100.
We were talking about Chizzy at 8-5 down, saying that he might need Keegan to go off and him to
46.
come on the boil. Well, that's exactly what's happened, really, because Keegan's average has gone from 96 to 92. Chizzy's just loitered around the 94, 95 mark. It's not been a classic at all.
But that's not to say that it can't suddenly go all the other way.
Yes.
Again.
Yes. Well, his double 16s have gone all the other way, haven't they? He was terrible at it. Now he's the master at it. He'll stay there. Well, that would have left 24. That leaves 62. 52
86.
left when he comes, which he will.
So Brown will be back for a rot-stopping 2-dart checkout, having lost 5 on the spin. Oh, could this be a 7th? Well, it's enough to just say, I'm right behind you, pal. Tops.
32.
There is no question that the first dart unsettled Keegan Brown. It was 3 inches off target. Yes, it was a 12, but he would have been looking for more the double than near the treble. What a steal this would be. This could break Brown.
95. Keegan going to require 20.
Well, literally, and in terms of the fact that it's on Keegan Brown's darts this leg. In it goes, and Keegan Brown at long last puts a leg on the board. He had lost the last 5, and had Chisnall hit tops for the 115, it would have been 6 on the trot. How significant, we wonder now, was that attempt at double top at the end of the combo from Chisnall.
41.
Whoever wins this will think this has been one tough match. One of those that really from start to finish has been a bit of a slog. Keegan has constantly been behind Dave, just manipulating the dart in his hand, looking for something. Whatever it was, he didn't find it there. He's just been doing that. It's kind of it's Paul-esque, isn't it? Paul does this constantly, just trying to find a rhythm behind someone.
$100.
Well, it is a real scrap.
$140.
He's looking more likely now. He's Chizzy.
57.
He's only won once this year on tour. It was in May. It was a Players' Championship. This is Keegan. He won in May as well. It's a good month, May. Was born in a May.
That's
44. Right. Dave, you require 40.
Tops then for DC. Double 10. And again.
That's how the marker can be used on that side of the board. He has no marker on the 16s. Well, he looks happy with himself now. He should do. He's 2 away from a place in another major quarter-final.
Yeah, it'll be interesting as what Dave Chisnall's post-match emotions are if he goes on to win. It's funny. He'd be pleased to be through if he gets through to the quarter-finals, but I'm sure if he's just puzzled by his own performance.
Yeah, I think that, like you said, he'd be pleased and relieved. But sometimes you've just got to think, right, I'm through, it wasn't great, I aim to be better. No human being can play at their best all the time. Mind you, Phil Taylor's never that far off, is he?
97.
Oh, you say that way.
Yes, I did, yes. I just did.
He was a little bit
60.
under par the other night, wasn't he?
Yeah, the doubling wasn't very good, was it?
Very good. He plays Andrew Hamilton later, and then the winner of that plays the winner of this match. And this match is far from finished, even though Chisnall can see the winning line coming into sight.
Keegan is
97
odds on to win this leg and make it 11-10. Takes his time. It's a good dart. So much easier for a player like Keegan Brown and Chizzy when the dart that doesn't enter the 60 but goes above the treble. Just leaves it open, but the last one was thrown poorly.
Quality.
Double 16 then.
70. David Bar 146.
60. Or will he go 57? Good way, I like that. 57, 57, 32. It's not the new way, it's not the cool kids way.
32.
I go the 60, of course.
Brown is back within one.
Keegan Brown.
At 11-10. He's got to find a break of throw. He has not broken the Dave Chisnall throw since the 8th leg of the match.
He's looking up to the darting gods to see if they could help. Who will win this crucial leg? Well, he's looking over at his friends and family for inspiration.
Two more holes to throw will get the job done.
140
for the man from St Helens, former runner-up at the Lakeside World Championship, runner-up at the World Grand Prix in 2013, runner-up at the Grand Slam 2014. Is this going to be the week when he finally lands a biggie? This is a biggie.
121.
Not a bad leave that, Wayne. Has it happened?
It's his best leg of the match.
98.
60 for top.
100.
A little 11 darter just when you need it. Top stop, stay. Good dart.
80.
That not so. You try not to go outside second dart, so otherwise you make a real hash of it, and then you lose focus and concentration and leave 20.
44.
But I don't think that's a disaster. It's a good double for him.
Well, he hit it in the last leg he won, which was the 20th leg. Now to go 2 clear. And that dart pushes Keegan Brown to the point of no return in the Winter Gardens in Blackpool. He has to win the next 2 legs, or it's good night. And Dave Chisnall will be in the quarter-finals at the match play again.
$100.
He's in again. Oh, Chizzy, you're so fine! Bit of time to hit that. Could break Keegan Brown. He knows he's got to hit a 140, 180. This is absolute quality. The pressure he was under there to get that kind of score, and did. He'd be disappointed at the last start, but you can't beat yourself up too much.
$58.
Slip.
$140.
Well, Keegan Brown here on the brink of defeat has produced his best leg of the match.
He also seems to have lost a bit of va-va-voom, he lost his oomph.
93.
I think this is kind of dragged them both down, but
121.
Chisnall's performance, the last kind of 7-8 legs, has really picked up.
So now his fate in Dave Chisnall's
53.
right hand and his 3
170.
darts. Chisnall had a 170 in their Grand Slam of Darts meeting at Wolverhampton. Well, Paul 18's here.
98. Keegan
But
requires
68 is no gimme under this stress and strain.
Double 16.
36. Dave requires 72.
Well, he may go treble 12 because he loves 36. There's plenty of ways for this, 60, 36 or 48. I fancy treble 12. Now 20. Tops now for a quarter-final place.
32.
Sheesh.
Keegan requires 42.
This match is not over.
Keegan Brown.
Dave Chisnall, 1 attempt at tops, 1 wild attempt at double top. Now he's got to serve it out on his own throw.
Well, before the start of the game, you're just thinking, give me a chance to win the match. This is Chizzy's chance. He's throwing first. He's in control.
41.
He's in big control now. There's a bellow from Brown. Come on.
And his grip on the match has become vice-like. Tighten the vice.
And Keegan's arm seems to have tightened as well. And a shake of the head there. He knows it's really not in his hands, because if Chizzy takes just another 5 darts, which he could, he'll be through.
105.
A real solid leg here from Dave Chisnall.
Real quality leg.
Yes.
57. Dave requires 167.
Yeah, again, just needing to stay straight.
131.
At least the big number. As it happens, 2 big trebles too, to leave his beloved double 18 to reach the last 8.
81. Dave requires 36.
The 13-dart leg. Keegan Brown, all he can do, I was going to say all he can do is hope, but what he seems to want to do is put his darts away in his case. He's given up on this. Well, you see Dave's initial reaction was to go for a 2. Is he going to go for a 2 or a 10? So I tell you what, he's not going for double 9, is he? There's the 10, double 4 now. That is it. Dave Chisnall beats Keegan Brown by 13 legs to 11. He books a place in the quarter-final of this year's World Match Play. It was tight and it was tense, but in the end, Chizzy got it done. Well, coming up, we have Brendan Dolan, and he takes on the machine, James Wade. Champions are born with something different.
It's in! It's for history! Fantastic James Wade!
Gets it again! And James Wade wins an absolutely marvellous encounter!
James Wade
on the verge of something special.
I'm good enough to beat anyone.
What a statement of intent from James Wade.
At any given time. Winning is what sets aside a champion.
The dream is still alive.